Hey everybody, this is Hoy This Punch with LowKeyHighEntertainment and Hectic Games. I'm going to apologize for the options menu. It took a little while to get everything going on my part. We had a little hiccup with the main character. Unfortunately, she's not done yet. So everything else has been kind of delayed because of that. So our demo is coming out a lot later than we anticipated, which is not ideal for us. But we're still going on this game. The thing, if you want to, we're starting off with the main menu. I can have a link in the description with the video that has the main menu. It's pretty short and sweet. This one in particular, I kind of wanted to discuss this menu and how I wanted to do it. Because originally I was like, oh man, we'll just go ahead and build this menu out, and everybody can add their own thing, blah 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 blah, and you can do that. That's cool, and that's actually pretty awesome if you do. But this tutorial here is that we're building a game together. So it's Project Kiana is the name of the game, and it is a third-person fast-paced brawler. If you want to think kind of like a Devil May Cry feel to it, with a synth wave look, music, all that kind of stuff. So as we're building this game, a lot of people ask me, they're like, "Well, what are you gonna do that's differently, through this?" So we're actually gonna build this game together. And when I say together, I mean like when this game comes out in the demo, you'll be able to download it on Steam. I believe Ichi also, and I think Epic Games. I think we're in contract with that we can do that. So the demo will be free, but if you follow this channel, you'll have the free demo before anybody else has it anyway. And the reason I say that is because we still have to go through motions to like make sure that players can play it, that it's playable, all the stupid little steps that packaging has. So in each description below, not this video but the next video, I'm going to release. I got to figure out some type of platform. I was thinking Google Drive would probably be one of the better ones. So if you guys want to like hook up a Google Drive to this, all this stuff is going to be shared. We're talking like the buildings, the 3D models, the swords, swords, weapons, even the main character. It's all going to be given to you guys to follow this tutorial. So that way you'll be able to follow it like bit by bit. It won't be like, hey, let's do animation, and then you guys will be like, well, but how do we integrate this character, like my own character, into whatever? Which you can 100%. You can integrate your own character into this game. You don't have to use the assets. You can use other things. You can use other images, everything like that. But how we're going and how we're building this is kind of the go for now. That's what I'm planning on doing. So while building this demo, it'll give everybody on the YouTube channel to see, transparently what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve with this. Obviously, when the demo comes out, the tutorials won't stop, but the I guess Project Kiana will be put on a hold as far as developing that game with you guys, because we do plan on releasing it as a full game with lore, and we want to like kind of keep it a secret until it's pushed out. The thing with game development is that like you kind of get sick of your own storyline over and over and over, because you're like, man, I gotta check this scene cut, I gotta check that scene cut, etc. and so on. But when we release the game, it'll be a lot more, what's the word, visually intriguing. The combo system will be smoothed out more. The parkour system will be a lot smooth. Like the gameplay in general will be smoother. So there will be a big difference between the demo and the actual release of the game. And of course, we're going to be starting like a Kickstarter for it once the demo's out. So you guys will be able to play it and be like, man, this sounds like a pretty cool, legit game. And hopefully, the idea is that we'll get funding to push this project even further and actually get like a good storyline that. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think the storyline's good. It's kind of already pre-written, but make sure that the game is good, and also make sure that players enjoy the game. That's the biggest part, and it's just like an indie developer in general. When you make a game, like it's cool that you have your own thought process on how it should play, everything like that. But we're making it more towards the community. So like if the community's like, man, I wish you could do this cool thing in there, then if we get enough people saying like, yeah, like let's do the cool thing that this guy wants to do, then we'll do it. We'll put it in the game. This is like 100% a player project. That it's we have the storyline, we have everything else put together. It's just when we release the demo's literally there as a beta, I guess, for the most part, or an alpha for the game. Yeah, I'm going to say an alpha. It's an alpha for the game that we want to listen to players. We want to see what they want, what they don't want, things like that. This game, when it comes out, it's going to be a little cheaper than the other games because it is Hectic Games' first game coming out. So it's going to be a little underpriced for the content. We're not expecting $60 to $80 or $120 or whatever the hell everybody else charges. The other thing with this game is that it is, well, our company in general, we never do pay to win. We won't do pay to win. And we refuse to sell this company. If, like, say, for instance, Activision gets a hold of us or whatever, we're just going to tell them to F off. Because we don't believe that players should have to pay for a game and then have to pay for little loot boxes or stupid season passes or whatever the hell nonsense that these big wig companies think they can get away with. So like I said, it's player project. Let's get into it right now. I found out that that like and subscribe button, please hit that, because I did find out that the videos that I can release are 22 minutes long. I thought it was 12 for a little bit, and then I realized I was going over time, and I was like, oh, that's a little weird. So I looked into it, found out it was 22 minutes. So 22 minutes is the optimal of what I can do right now. And as you guys like, subscribe, and comment or whatever, YouTube will, I guess, contract us where it's like, hey, we can let you have longer videos. I mean, I know they'll pay us for it, but that's not really like, I don't really care about all that. So we're just we're gonna make sure that YouTube likes us how we are, and then basically build this game and get it to where I can do like an hour long talk with you guys. Just on like how the main, like even how the main menu works, all that good stuff. But let's dive into something real quick, because I do want to go a little more in depth on the options menu. It's a lot, but for an indie game developer, you don't really need a lot of option settings. You don't need things like visual sync or VSync or texture shading, all that good nonsense that the AAA games have. I'm going to show you how to do it anyway, just in case you are on that platform. If you're like making some really high quality stuff and you're just like, man, like I don't know if people's systems are going to run this, etc. and so on. So I'll show you how to do it. But for this game specifically, this is actually made more. It is made in Unreal Engine 5.2, but it's a little more relaxed on the graphics card. That's why the whole choice of like the buildings you can see in the background here, the rooftop, everything's a little more digital looking. So it just keeps the textures down. It keeps the gameplay going, are going very well. And then like you can play this on your laptop, probably even on your phone if I could somehow get the controls to make sense on a phone, because it's pretty fast paced and wonky. But so let's go into this real quick. When we last left off, we were at our main menu. I went ahead and added an image to the background. Now, how you would do that is go ahead and go to your main menu, which is our main menu widget or whatever. And from here, there's something called an image box. So you just come in here, you type in image, you get an image box, and then under appearance, you're going to go ahead and click down on this, and you have an image that you can add. Now, in order to add an image into your Unreal Engine, it's super easy. Find an image that you like, and then kind of make it like, I mean, you can do it on Photoshop, you can do it in whatever you want to do it in, and make sure that the size is good, etc. and so on. The anchor, of course, I like to keep it in the middle because I want them to see everything that's on here. So, like I said, just type in image, drag this image down into your main menu canvas. It's going to appear right here. And there's something called Z order, which is actually pretty important. So the Z order, when you go into your vertical box, right? Because your vertical box has the play, the options, and the quit menu, right? So your vertical box, my Z order for my box is 1, whereas my image is 0. So the higher the number on the box, the closer it is to you, I guess, if that makes any sense. So what it is basically like, hey, look, this is my background. I want this in the background. So I usually settle with 0. You can make it negative, whatever, if you really want to, but like 0 is a pretty good starter. Because honestly, you don't really have very many things on the menu that are going to be, jutting out forward. But just in case, Z order, 0, and then for your vertical box, go ahead and put that to 1, and that'll go ahead and change all your buttons, your quit button, your play button, your option button. It'll bring them forward, and you can always grab your vertical box and move it, something like that. And I think I'm going to change the spacing of all of these. Yep. Which we're going to just hold control and click. And then I'm probably going to make this more like 100. There you go. And for this specifically, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just make a couple more buttons for you guys. Because, like, I like buttons and I think buttons are cool. No. But, okay, so we're going to go ahead and add a button. Actually, one thing that would be really easy is just click your button, click your text, Control C, and then click your vertical box and Control V it, and it'll bring it, bring another one down there. So, and they're copies of the same. So my now quit button 2 is going to be my official quit button. This quit button here, we're going to go ahead and rename this. Let's rename this to button, I'm going to say gallery. And the gallery is, for this game, it's going to be all of the the 2D art that we drafted up. Some of it, like a lot of it, looks like crap. But we just kind of want to show like what our process was making this game, between like how we pictured different villains, how we pictured different weapons, all of that. So the gallery is going to be able to do that, and plus. One thing that I would find really cool is if you guys would like leave a link to your YouTube channel, if you guys do YouTube, or if you guys go ahead and use the Dropbox, like share some cool images with me. Just be like, hey, look, this is the image of what I did, and leave a name, or leave a game tag or something like that, and I'll go ahead and I'll pick that up, and we'll put that in the gallery and be like, hey, look, this is what the fans created. This is pretty neat and cool. So, check them out, that kind of thing. Because we're trying to promote more developers than players, but we also want players to have a good time and enjoy the game. So there's that. So let's go ahead and change this text. We're gonna go call this gallery. Gallery. I can spell. And then let's see here, button. We're gonna call this credits. You don't have to have a credits box. You can actually just do it at the end of the game. It's really not that important, but that's kind of where I want to go with it, is just like you're able to view the credits. And actually, let's make this one more smaller, because we're going to do something that nobody else has done before. So let's go ahead and do 50 on that, and we will shift select, control C, control V. No, wait. Shift select, control C, go to vertical box, control V. Okay, and then so we have button quit on the very bottom, and here now this is actually more of a sentimental reasoning on why I do this. My father is left-handed, and when we were younger, he wasn't able to play video games with me the right way. He had to hold his controller upside down, because he wanted the joystick on the right and the buttons on the left. So we're going to have a left-hand mode, and that is just every game that I work on under LowKeyHighEntertainment. That each game is going to have a left-handed mode. Hopefully, with the success of this game, we'll be releasing a left-handed controller. For your mouse and keyboard, we've switched that between the WASD and the numbers. There, everything's mirrored. So when you click left-handed mode, your character right now, she's carrying a right-handed sword. That sword's going to be in her left side. The menu is going to be to the left. It's going to be as if everything was mirror flip-flopped. And then you don't really have to follow that if you don't want to. I just think that it's really cool, and it also brings in a lot more gamers that wish they could be gamers, because they have a quote-unquote left-handed disability, I suppose, is what, that's what they told my father anyway. So I think having a left-handed mode and letting left-handed players play well, I think that's really cool, and I think that more games should do that. So we're going to go ahead and change that. That's the left-handed mode. I think I want that in its own box. And we'll just go ahead and drag this box in a little bit. But this is like the bare bone menu of what we're doing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this like on the top here or something. But and this isn't the image that I'm going to be using for this. I'm actually going to be using a 3D animated image as soon as our protagonist gets built in. But I got 2 minutes, so let's make this really quick. From your widget, go ahead and right click, hit duplicate, and then just name all these options. So you have options, you have gallery, credits, and that's it. So yeah, so options, gallery, credits, and just name them mm _bam, and then you'll have different versions of the widget. And so when we go into each one, we'll have the widget change, and then we'll move on from there. But tomorrow I'm gonna go more into I'm gonna set up the credits and the gallery, and we'll get that going, and then we'll finally hit the options menu. But stay tuned then. Just like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll get everything like that. The reason I'm not doing the options menu today is I've got to put together a pack, and that pack, like I said, when you go down to the comments below, it'll have a link to my Dropbox. You guys can download all the stuff that I'm going to be using, and then we can use that into the game and everything. But until then, have a good one.